A narcissist is their own biggest enemy. They can fool others, they can manipulate situations, they can spin stories, but in the end, they are the architects of their own downfall. They do not need enemies because they do a perfectly fine job of ruining their own life. Right now, they may have walked away from you, discarded you like you never mattered, convinced that they are upgrading their life. They have a new partner, a new job, a new series of excitement, and in their delusional mind, this is their fresh start. What they do not realize is that their fresh start is just the first step toward their next collapse. Don't believe me? Let me prove it to you. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. The topic for today's episode is how a narcissist has already planned their next collapse without knowing. You see, that narcissist believes the problem was you, don't they? They have convinced themselves that if they just found the right person, the right job, the right opportunity, everything would be perfect. The mistake in their thinking is so massive, so catastrophic, that it guarantees their next downfall before they have even begun. Because the problem was never the job, the relationship, or the people around them. The problem is them. They're the common denominator. They're the ones who create chaos wherever they go. They're the ones who sabotage relationships, destroy trust, and burn bridges. They're the ones who, no matter how many chances they get, will always find a new way to set their own life on fire. And right now, they are doing it again. They just do not know it yet. They left you thinking their life with the next person would be perfect, but it would be a disaster, a total disaster. They believe this new person is everything they have ever wanted, someone who will worship them, adore them, never question them, never challenge them. In their dreams, though, in their mind, this new relationship is their victory lap. But what they fail to understand is that they are bringing the same dysfunction into this new relationship that destroyed the last one. They have not changed, they have not grown, they have not developed any self-awareness. The only thing that has changed is the person standing next to them. At first, everything will seem perfect. The narcissist will be in their idealization phase. You know it. Showering their new partner with attention, making them feel special, blah blah blah, pulling out all the stops. But that phase never lasts. The moment their new partner starts showing signs of individuality, setting boundaries, or expecting reciprocity, the narcissist's resentment will start to build. It won't be long before the emotional abuse begins. The gaslighting, the guilt tripping, the silent treatments, the triangulation, it's all coming, I promise you that. The same way it came for you. The new partner will go through the same cycle. Confusion, self-doubt, emotional exhaustion. They will begin to feel the same pain you felt, the same betrayal, the same slow erosion of self-worth. The narcissist will start blaming them for everything. They will accuse them of being too needy, too emotional, too demanding. They will start looking for attention elsewhere, either through cheating or by lining up their next victim. The same story, you see. And then, just like you, they will discard them. The cycle will repeat. Another relationship will crash and burn. Another person will be left wondering what they did wrong, so on and so forth. But the narcissist won't take accountability. They never do. Instead, they will tell themselves the same old story, that they just picked the wrong person again. They will convince themselves that the real problem is that they just haven't found someone good enough yet. So, in the process of doing so, they'll go for another supply. But do you see how exhausting living that kind of lifestyle is, where you have love, where you have everything you have ever wanted in your life, yet you are dissatisfied, yet you feel something is missing and you blame it on the other person? I want you to reflect on this question. What else would the next person offer that you have not offered already. Nothing. There is nothing else. You loved them. You sacrificed. You gave them chances upon chances. Yet none of that was enough. So that's why I say they are their own enemy, because they never let themselves experience what is called true love. The other thing that is guaranteed to happen is their career will be a series of self-inflicted failures. A narcissist rarely holds down a job for long. At first, they present themselves as the most capable, the most intelligent, the most talented person in the workplace. But are they? Of course not. They charm their way through interviews, they impress people with their confidence, which is fake, and they act like they are indispensable. But their arrogance will always be their undoing. They believe they're smarter than their bosses, better than their co-workers, and too important to follow the rules. They refuse to take constructive criticism. They ignore boundaries and they step on people to get ahead. It may work for a while. Some narcissists manage to climb the corporate ladder, manipulating their way into positions of power. But their downfall is inevitable. Sooner or later, they push too hard, underestimate the wrong person, or expose their own incompetence. They take credit for things they did not do, lie about their achievements, or sabotage others until someone catches on. And when they are fired, they will tell the world that it was unfair, that their boss was jealous, that the company was toxic, blah, blah, blah. They will never acknowledge that they were the problem. They will repeat this cycle in every job they take. The constant instability will eat away at their finances. They will live beyond their means, spend recklessly to maintain their illusion of success, and eventually they will hit a crisis. At some point, the narcissist will find themselves unemployed, drowning in debt, and unable to charm their way into a new opportunity. And when that happens, they will panic, they will lash out, they will desperately try to convince people to help them, to lend them money, to bail them out. But by then, their reputation will be in shambles. People will remember the lies, the arrogance, the betrayals, and one by one, doors will start closing. The third thing that will happen is their social circle will shrink until there is no one left, as I just said. A narcissist's friendships are transactional. They do not form deep, meaningful bonds. They collect people the way a thief collects stolen goods, using them, showing them off, and discarding them when they are no longer useful. They charm new people effortlessly. They know how to make themselves seem fascinating, accomplished, charismatic. But they can only maintain the facade for so long. They do not know how to win and influence people for real. Because for you to genuinely do that, you have to be empathetic. You have to step into their shoes and understand their world. But you and I both know a narcissist is not willing to do any of that. Eventually, their entitlement, their cruelty, and their selfishness start to show. And when people start pulling away, the narcissist reacts with rage. They smear the gossip, they try to turn people against each other, they make up stories to destroy the reputations of those who leave them, but in the long run, this only works against them. Word spreads. I've seen that happening. People start comparing notes, their lies unravel, and before they realize what's happening, the narcissist is alone. They will reach out to old friends during narcissistic hibernation, trying to reel them back in with fake apologies, dramatic stories, or guilt-tripping tactics. But those who have seen the truth will not return. The narcissist will cycle through new groups, always looking for fresh people to manipulate. But with every failed relationship, every burned bridge, every exposed lie, their pool of potential victims shrink. One day, they will wake up and realize that they have no real friendships left, just surface-level acquaintances who do not know them well enough yet to see what they really are. The narcissist collapse is already in motion. They walk away from destruction thinking they have escaped the consequences, unaware that they are carrying their own downfall with them. their next relationship is already doomed. Their next job will end in humiliation. Their financial stability is hanging by a thread. Their reputation is crumbling beneath them. And it's not a matter of if they collapse, it's a matter of when. All you have to do is step back and watch. You do not have to warn them. You do not have to fight them. You do not have to prove anything to them. Just let them destroy themselves. Because they always do. And the best part, they do not even see it coming because they are delusional in the way they function. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on this one. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.